It's your boy Online Davo, and we back in that video. All right, look, we got the amazing Lucas. Brandon Tatum just got a brutal wake-up call from his own fans. Damn.
He is having a mental breakdown.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but our favorite Sambo soldier is having a mental breakdown. That's correct. He's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, if you happen to take a look.
All that cooing is starting to eradicate his brain and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to eat at it like a tapeworm or something, you know?
Look at Tantrum's Twitter account, he is going off on Nick Fuentes and he's going off on like Charlie Kirk conspiracies, which are of course being spearheaded by Candace Owens. He's slowly coming to the realization that the Republican Party is filled with a bunch of racists. No, God! That's what
he knew. He already knew. And I don't want to say not everyone who's a Republican is racist, but there is some correlation there. That's all I'm going to say. There's definitely some correlation there.
That's what he's coming to the conclusion. And even if he comes to that conclusion, he'll never acknowledge it, right? He'll never admit it. And I want people to understand that has been the case for quite some time. That's where I said deuces, because they kept on talking about, Chicago, black on black crime. And I was like, okay, you keep on bringing this up. What are you doing about, the crime rate there? How are you helping the black community? And they then respond with, lift yourself up by the bootstraps.
Come on now, dog.
So it was like,
you see, that's what they do. They wanna blame everything on them or everything on us, but they don't want to give a nigga no help. And then it's like they don't want to give a nigga no help, so they want to just complain all day. That's what it is. They want to complain all day. And then when you say something back, they start crying and bitching. Okay. Like, come on. Niggas want to be a bully and a victim at the same time. They can't stand on business.
Okay, you don't want to help or give solutions. You just want to criticize and chastise. And then we see the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, and it all makes sense. Because you have a lot of these, middle class to poor who are like, well, I'm better than you, even though their conditions are, essentially a trailer park.
Lying,
but because they have, well, you're black and I'm white, that means I'm better than you. So that way, they keep on, donating to Trump's campaign or donating to the Republican Party, and mum's a word.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
That's how they pull money, extract money out of their pockets. That being said, there has always been an underlying current of a racial tone within the Republican Party. Now, I will admit that it's been, I will say, more of dog whistles and a sleeping giant within the Republican Party. Because we can even look at...
I can say the dog whistles. We've all heard them. Welfare creams and all that stuff. All the anti-black stereotype and tropes and all that. But it's like, come with something new. You know what I mean? It's like, it's sad. It's honestly sad.
Nick Fuentes talking about how he himself got radicalized by Mark Levin. Mark Levin, fam. Okay, I don't know if y'all have ever listened to Mark Levin, but hearing that he got radicalized by Mark Levin is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And he was talking about how Mark Levin said, hey, America's no longer be a white country. You think that's a good idea? And it got him thinking, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
He goes live and he says, America's becoming a majority non-white country. Does anybody think that's a good idea? And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that actually doesn't sound so good.
But that is
Who
always...
gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Let the strong, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? If you can't make it, you can't make it, bro. If your lineage get cut off with you, that's on you, gang. Don't try to force the bitches to fuck with you. You can't force them to love you. You can't force them to respect you. So, I mean, it's like, these niggas be so... Man, it's like, they live in fear, right? Ain't that kind of weird? Just being, like, in fear of change, But not in, like, a way of, like, oh, I'm moving to a new job. It's like, you're in fear of people of other races getting, like, rights and shit, like, or getting, like, benefits and stuff that you have also. Like, what? It's weird.
And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that actually doesn't sound so good.
But that has always been consistent within the Republican Party. But it's been silent, right? It's been dormant for the most part. They try to deny it. No, we're all about, American people. Even now, when it comes to DEI, CRT, oh no, we just want meritocracy. We just want people who are qualified for the position. What people like Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, by giving him a platform, and mind you, Tucker Carlson was just calling him, gay not too long ago while they were kikiing with Candace Owens.
And he just was so worried that he just went on the attack because he doesn't know how to have normal relations after being banned everywhere.
Well, I think there's that
could be one element.
The angry gay kid thing going on. Yeah.
Or it's the
wait, hold on. What do you say?
Well, I think there's
that could be one element.
The angry gay kid thing going on. Yeah.
Or it's the
what? And Nick Fuentes was doing exactly the same thing, attacking Tucker Carlson, talking about he wants to call me a Fed. He's the one that's a Fed. He's the one, that's elitist.
Tucker Carlson said I'm a weird gay kid in the basement, but I wasn't born.
He just looks like a fucking
with a
dweeb. Yeah, he looks like a loser, bro. Look at the build.
Silver spoon in my mouth. Tucker Carlson says I have so many trust funds I never have to work. Tucker went to a $45,000 per year private high school. Then
Damn,
a 45.
These niggas beefing with each other now? Or they was beefing with each other? Damn, they fighting from within. Because it comes a point, right? If you're always pointing a finger at someone else for all your problems in life, once all those things are gone, and the only thing that's left is you have no choice. You either acknowledge and, hold yourself accountable for the actions in your life, or you start finding new people to blame. So
$5,000 per year selective Ivy League school in New England. Tucker Carlson's daddy was a Reagan appointee.
Damn.
And then, after years of bragging about being an elite, bragging about being so out of touch and so rich, now he's going to be the spokesperson for all the white people. Now he's going to roll up his sleeves. I just like to hunt and fish in my log cabin. I care about Klarna and credit card debt.
3 hours later.
I was listening to Mark Levin's show. This goes to show how normie I was.
Actually?
I listen to him every day.
And we see how quickly all that beef is squashed, all right? And I would argue this is something that Black Americans can learn from, that when a crisis ensues, that all this, you Black, you African, you Caribbean, all that goes by the wayside, that there is unity against a sole enemy.
Hey, look, man, that's crazy, right? Them niggas start to link back up for the love of racism. From just being racist. They was like, you know what? For this, me and you could be on the same team. They put their pride to the side to be racist and xenophobic.
To learn from what we just witnessed. People that were talking trash, mad disrespectful to one another, have come together to unify over, hey, we've got to keep the country white, all right? I may have talked trash about you, you may have talked trash about me, but at the end of the day, we have got to keep our majority. We have got to keep our power. We've got to keep our control.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I just want to put that into perspective, especially given, the diaspora wars and all.
But to me, right, that makes me think, that kind of shows me, if you want to keep it a certain way, that's obviously because you're benefiting from the way that it is, right? But then they would sit there and try to act like they don't benefit from the system. They don't benefit from being white. Like it doesn't contribute to their success, So if it doesn't contribute to success, why does it matter if the country starts to get a little more blended? Why does that matter? You still going to be, you say you're a top candidate, be a top candidate going against everybody else, But that's just what I'm thinking right now.
All this goofy talk, I just want people to understand how quickly they get on code. But that being said, you have to understand from Tantrum's perspective. Tantrum has nothing, all right? When you have people like Dinesh D'Souza who are speaking out against Fuentes, and you have other individuals who are like Dave Rubin who are speaking out against Fuentes, you have to understand that the vast majority of the party don't want those people there. This is something that I said. I was like, Dinesh, you're Indian, fam.
Oh, shit.
They don't see you as American. And we're now starting to see that that's exactly what they meant. When I said, hey,
that's the other part. You got other people coming in. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, damn, bro, you done switched up too. They don't respect you either. But just because they treat you a little bit better than they treat me, or they treat my people, you like, yes. Hey, look, every token gets spent. Every single one.
when they say American, they're not talking about brown and black people. They're talking about white people. And people will say, oh, Lucas, you're racist. Oh, you're just speculating. I'm like, now they're coming out and saying it. That sleeping giant that I was talking about, now they're slowly waking up.
Yep.
All right. Now they're slowly coming out and saying, well, yeah. All right, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to hear anything from you. We see this currently when it comes to, the YouTuber who went to the...
Hey, them niggas they don't even care if you call them racist no more. They say, damn right, I've been working on it my whole life. Man, this is crazy. But they want us to be at odds with each other. They want us to be, because that fits their agenda, and they can start putting some things in action so they could get what they want from us civilians and us common folk.
To India and had the little, the poop parade or whatever, the poop festival or something like that. And you see a lot of these accounts that are like white accounts that are actually ran by Indians that are now attacking, white people. So now
Wait, what the fuck?
You have this little internal war from all these racist accounts that were attacking black people that now they're attacking, the same people that they were at one point in time defending.
At some point, most people wake up. Most people wake up to the tomfoolery. They start to see, because people they give you little hints. They give you little hints on how they really feel, but you gotta really listen. And then sometimes they mask it as a joke or as content. I was just playing. I was just trolling. I was just joking on you, Brody. Yeah, I don't know, bruh. You gotta watch what people say, man.
And you're having a lot of these people who were never, ever meant to be a part of the party. They were just there because they're Stephen from Django. And that's what we're witnessing right now.
Yeah.
Tatum is going through a Stephen from Django where he's crying over Massa. And what's happening is that he's realizing that the people surrounding him, they see him as Stephen from Django. He thought that he was a freedom fighter and he was one of the good ones. And this is what black people should be represented by. They should be more like me. And all along, they've been thinking this Negro is a house Negro. We can use...
That's the crazy part. They don't even respect them. They don't respect you. They know you a sellout. They know you're pathetic. It's like, yeah, we're going to use you for our cause, but like, I don't respect you at all. After we get your vote, nice knowing you, my nigga. See you on the next side. Like, you're done for it. Don't try to come back here. Don't try to come back here. Nigga, I got it. Every money that you made from them folks, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, folks.
Use him to our empowerment. We can use him to our benefit. Same thing like Dinesh D'Souza, right? Same thing like, you want to know another person? Patrick Bet-David with his PBT podcast. They don't see him as American. They see him as an Afghani, Pakistani refugee. That's what they see him. They see him as an immigrant. He will never be American in his audience's eyes because he's not white. Damn. Dinesh D'Souza, no matter how many, bullcrap videos he pulls out, right? 7,000 mules and everything to justify and validate his racist audience beliefs, they will never see him as one of them. Why? Because he's Indian.
Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Damn.
Nah, what? That's crazy. She said that?
Not have voted for you. Because you're an Indian.
Bruh. That is crazy. Nah, because I'm saying that's crazy because they're just saying it out in the open. Like that don't sound like weird to y'all? Like, I'm not just because you're in. Like, what? That's wow. Wow.
Damn. The same thing for Tantrum. Right? No matter how much he wants to say, oh, black people this and black people bad in Chicago and all this, they will never, ever see him and acknowledge him as one of their own. Why? Because he's black. Damn. And now you have people like Nick Fuentes who are letting them, essentially giving them the A-OK to come out and say that. Because now they're in the position of, hey, we're gonna lose our majority, all right? I don't wanna be a minority in this country. I don't wanna be treated like that. So now, that fear right there, that fear is very powerful. That fear can...
That's because they know. Not because they know, they think people are as fucked up and twisted as them, as in them like they think they're people as selfish as they are, you know. But in reality, most people is like everyone should be on a cool level, and then if you take those steps to make it in life, you take those steps, you should get rewarded. But you also should have some base needs met just in case. That's my little quick analysis of how I would like it to be. But the thing is just that they feel they know what they're doing, and they know they got a system set up in which they benefit from it, and they don't want to be disadvantaged from going against the very system that they created.
Many cases can give people a little push. That fear is going to act as gasoline in many of these people's tanks. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to start seeing a lot of people who you would never in a million years think to be racist. There's no way he would be racist. There's no way. He doesn't even talk about politics. He doesn't know anything about politics. They're going to come out of the woodworks and be like, no, he's right. I agree with him. I agree. And you're going to be shocked. And what you have to understand, the reason why all these people are coming out.
It happened to me. It happened to me. I said, nah, ain't no way. I said, say it ain't so, bro. I was shocked, bro. And that's my fault too, because I wasn't really listening as I should have been listening. You know? There were signs there. There were signs, but you live and you learn, bro.
Against individuals like Fuentes and Tucker and all the rest of them is that they won't have a job. Damn. They won't have a job. They will have no employment. The moment in time the Republican Party goes full mask off, right? They may give it a little hint here, a little hint here, a little teeth here. Once they go full mask off, all right? They go full mask off, they won't have a job, fam. They won't. Tatum will be unemployed. Tatum is as dumb as a pile of bricks. He got nowhere to go. Dinesh D'Souza, dumb as a pile of bricks. He got nowhere to go. Vivek Ramaswamy, nowhere to go. Patrick Bet-David, nowhere to go.
Like, you selling out all your people. You selling out all your people. Nigga, who gonna accept you? Who gonna accept you if the niggas that you sold out your people for won't accept you? Who gonna accept you then?
If once their audience actually denounces them because of who they are, you're Indian, you're not really like us. As long as you are tap dancing for us, we like you.
Yeah,
the second you stop that tap dancing, you get a reality check, bruh.
Wake up, nigga.
You get that wake-up call real quickly, and that's going to be happening like a domino effect. Now, I'm going to do another video when it comes to the whole, Republican conservative civil war, because that's what we're witnessing. That's what we're witnessing.
As long as they could use you, they'll smile in your face, laugh at you, laugh at all your jokes. But once they realize that, oh, this nigga kind of know he kind of know a little something. We can't manipulate him. We can't buy him. Then it becomes they start keeping their distance. They're not talking to you no more. Or shit like that. So,
especially with the conflict with Israel, especially with what's going on right now with Charlie Kirk, there is very much a conservative civil war. But you have these people, such as Dave Rubin, such as Dinesh D'Souza, Vivek Ramaswamy, Patrick Bet-David, Brandon Tantrum, Kunis Owens, and a lot of them that were brought in. Okay, they were brought in with this wide net that was cast, thankfully to Trump.
Right.
So you brought all these people in, all these browns and the blacks. And
that nigga Tyler popped him, he set the whole shit off. That nigga Tyler set the whole shit off. You know what I'm saying? And what's the update on his case? What he been up to? Damn, that's crazy.
The gays and everything, and they don't really mess with that. They don't really mess with that at all. They want white and they want Christian. That's what they want. And I hope people understand what their vision is for the country. And if these people get in power, these people get the ears of enough white ignorance in this country, that's exactly what will happen. and it'll be game over for everyone. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you got.
We're cooked. You know what I'm saying? No, we're not cooked. But if that shit happens, bro, niggas gonna need some type of revolution, some type of something. Everybody gonna have to band together because shit gonna get real. But shout out to Amazing Lucas. Quality video. Please, 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 please stop the cooning. I'm gone.